Hey guys, quick long way back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Jake.
And we're back with The Good Place, where last time we took care of Derek and murdered him. Or put him in a box. And
Sleep mode.
He's pretty much alive, but also pretty much dead or something.
We powered him down, put him in a box, and put him somewhere to forget about him.
Yeah.
Way back there.
Somewhere in the limitless void.
But the thing we can't forget right now is Sean has arrived and was looking at a large stack of what I can only assume is every attempt.
802 attempts.
Is it just a list, or is it like...
I don't know. I hope he didn't find the radio, like the audio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That definitely tells it. He just attempted 802.
Does that automatically transcribe a bunch of paper?
Oh no, I don't know.
I really hope it's like an attempt per page, and one page is just, I told them.
I told them.
It just, I told them, and then it's next page. It just makes me laugh.
We'll find out!
See.
But against all odds, it seems you've pulled it off.
Oh.
What you've done here is truly amazing.
Really?
Yes, these reports are remarkable. We will greatly expand our neighborhood idea, and you will oversee the entire project. You are being promoted. Your senior staff pin. Congratulations.
It's a thumbs down.
Could be a thumbs up.
This is everything I've ever wanted. Oh, wow!
Oh man, he's really gonna be struggling now. What's he gonna do?
I'm basically squealing like a birthday girl.
He's so similar to his Brooklyn Nine-Nine character.
Jubilant.
He's great for these roles.
And then Janet making a boyfriend to forget me, and then Janet getting rid of that boyfriend? Or do you mean when we saw that cool cloud?
Oh my god.
Surprise, idiots! You're all in the bad place.
Ah,
Dang it! It did
You really fucking are in a bad place. God
can't
damn it.
believe
Fucking
this.
Netflix.
Surprise, idiots! You're all in the bad place.
He's even laughing.
How long will it take you to shut down the neighborhood?
Better part of a day, I'd guess. In the meantime, why don't we have a farewell party here tonight? You know, just to thank the crew for all the hard work. We could jam to some tunes.
Is he just gonna really send away?
Along with Jason's testicles.
Janet?
Oh, hi,
She's
little
tough.
cuties. I love you guys so much. Except for you, Jason, because I hate you.
She drunk?
What's wrong? Oh, where's my phone?
We put a restraining bracelet on her, disrupting her power.
Yeah.
It's made of magnets.
Oh, magnets.
Magnets? Magnets are supposed to make me feel drunk. Guess what? I feel fine.
Sean clearly doesn't know that Michael has rebooted this neighborhood 800 times. I say we trade that information for some kind of reduced sentence.
Chitty, they're monsters. Who's to say they won't agree to a deal, hear what we have to
She's
say?
thinking about the conversation with Michael.
But the stakes here are too high to let someone with your limited intellectual processing capacity weigh in.
I was gonna agree with you.
Oh, great. Well, that's 2 votes for my plan.
I vote we ignore everything Michael just said and blindly assume he's still on our side.
Ooh, dang.
Who's with me?
ooh, some trust.
Kierkegaard. When Michael was mocking us about trying to become better people, whose name did he use, huh? Kierkegaard. I think he was sending us a message. I think he's gonna help us escape. I know it sounds crazy, but if it weren't crazy, they wouldn't call it a leap of faith.
True.
They would call it a sit of doubting.
I think we gotta go to the cops.
Where do you think we are?
Humans make a lot of mistakes when they're horny.
Oh man, what is she gonna say? Because that's also an issue for him, right?
If he's getting the credit.
But you better make this right. Mama want promotion, you heard?
I like her. Maybe biased because it's Sabine, but
It's so weird.
She's really good.
Yep.
Celebrate with an art form that we literally invented here in the bad place. The comedy roast.
what? That's really?
Yeah.
Wait, do we
that
actually
makes
roast
sense.
people though? Like fire?
It's not enjoyable for anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking fire.
No, like comedy roast.
No, not a real roast.
But like it's the bad place.
Jaguars games are the only ones televised in the bad place because they suck!
No, they don't. All we need is a defense and an offense and some rule changes.
Okay, yeah.
Elegance, grace, sophistication, But enough about your sister.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he knows how to cut.
Mm-hmm.
You know the other worst moment of Tahani's life? Every other moment of her empty, pointless life. Hey-o! I see Eleanor Shellstrop is here. Eleanor and I have a lot in common. Now here's how you can tell us apart. One of us is a manipulative demon who's an expert at making other people miserable, and then the other one is me. You love Chidi, and Chidi doesn't love you back. Boom! Now that's funny because it's very cruel and humiliating.
I consider you one of my closest
Not
friends.
now, dude.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You died alone because you couldn't commit to anyone.
You died alone because you couldn't commit to anyone. Who?
Oh my gosh. Bite someone! Right, wasn't that him?
Yeah.
All the giraffes. For a second, I thought maybe like him saying Derek and stuff was gonna be like a, because we just had Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of clues, like the
Something,
portal.
yeah, like there was clues in there. Oh, he took off his suit, didn't he?
And you know what the worst part is? He doesn't remember the name of my favorite football player.
Definitely not the worst part.
It is to me. Blake Bortles is a cool name. Derek Bortles is a dumb name.
Derek. Okay.
There's a
So, oh my
four-headed
gosh.
dragon?
Nah. What does Michael keep whispering to you?
Something, Vicky, something. Can I braid your hair?
Yes, I got it.
So he's playing Vicky.
Bracelets, Victoria?
Because she's too drunk, she can't tell her what it is, kind of
And,
thing.
and he's telling her.
So she wants secrets, and
Yeah.
she frees her.
One last song. She Hates Me by Puddle of
The
Mud.
fountain is burning.
And Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer played at the same time.
Oh gosh, this sounds like one of those stupid things that Rick watches two things at one time.
Sean, the humans are escaping.
Because as soon.
Michael's responsible for this neighborhood and everything that's happening right now. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Vicky, you didn't. She definitely did. She's jealous. She's been trying to sabotage me the entire time.
This has been going off flawlessly.
Yeah.
Scan the neighborhood, please.
Whoa.
No sign of any humans, but I actually did find something for Vicky.
What?
This actress is amazing.
And great stuff as always.
No, duh.
It's so dumb. I love
Great
it.
stuff as always. Oh my
Oh, you
gosh, she's
cocooned her.
cocooned.
You stay here. I want every trace of this neighborhood erased.
So he's running everybody off so they can have the neighborhood to themselves?
He's gonna make a
Maybe.
good place here, isn't he?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Good idea.
You guys! I was so scared for you! That I wanted to save you!
Aww.
I figured out the first clue.
No, you didn't. I did.
I was there though.
I was there though.
Michael was telling us to use Derek, Janet's Derek, for something. There were clues.
That's how the
Is that
train.
the train?
Yeah.
Quietly but quickly, head to the train station.
Derek is with Mindy?
Draw attention.
He's heading there at least.
I think he would fit in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are the worst.
They just,
They look so
They're
obvious.
so bad at being bad.
and they only split up.
Yeah.
Wait. Nobody get on that train.
Derek? Why not?
Because of what Michael said to me.
You thought you deserved a medium place? You're bad, Eleanor. This is exactly the place you should be.
Derek.
I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Pippa Middleton right before we went paragliding in Gibraltar. Let's go. That's what I said.
Guys,
You didn't have to put all the rest of it there.
I said we shouldn't get on that train.
Any minute now, those demons are gonna come.
What'd they say about cheating
Where are
then?
we supposed to hide? Oh no.
Now, when you taught the trolley problem, did you...
Under
Yeah.
it. Oh.
That kept us from being detected when Bad Janet scanned the neighborhood.
She scanned everywhere except
Yeah.
for right there.
Chumps they are.
What did you whisper to me? I don't remember.
Something, Vicky. Something.
So she told the truth.
Yeah. Something, Vicky, something. Yeah.
And that made her try to take Janet's.
Because she wanted the truth.
Yep.
Was funny though. Right.
Absolutely not. Was perfect. I mean, no.
A moment here. They're gone, which means that we won and might actually get a chance to go to the real good place.
This is...
Well, is that... I don't know what you can do there.
Speaking of people getting what they want, I really hope Mindy liked the present we sent her.
Cocaine? Oh.
He has a backpack
God,
of
he has
cocaine.
cocaine.
Derek!
To repay you, here's a willing sex robot and 2 duffel bags full of cocaine.
Oh my god!
Chimes where my ding dong should be.
I can work with that.
I knew she was going to say that.
Frebulon.
She's just weird enough that works for her.
We're desperate.
She's been in
that
the
too.
medium place sexless for a very long time.
But she's also extremely weird.
Yeah, that too.
Horny people make bad decisions.
Yeah, we
Remember
know
we
that.
covered that.
Sure, yeah. All right. I caught the Derek thing then, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what the guy's name was, so I didn't catch that it was a wrong name. But I was like, man, I thought maybe there was going to be a clue there for, like, the Derek thing. But I
I
didn't know.
thought it was Bortles rhymes with portals. Like, I'm like...
I did think, like, oh, man, it's a Derek thing where, like, we got to go hide in his box in the void and they won't find us there kind of thing. But I don't know if people can go in the void at all or not, you know? They've never done it before. It
Yeah.
seems to be just for Janet. So I was like, that'd be a good place to hide if demons can't go there, you know? But... no, okay, this works.
I caught the song because I'm like, that seemed very specific and did not fit the themes that he was going with for everyone
like
else.
what song played when
so
she
I'm
ran
like,
away?
wait a minute, what?
When he started whispering to Janet, I was like, he's doing that really out in the open.
Is it too obvious?
It's too obvious. What is he whispering? And I was like, once Mindy or Vicky started to take his bracelets off, I'm like, okay, I think he's setting her up, but I wonder what he said to her to do it. It's got to be like something Vicky, so she, even though she's drunk, she says Vicky. I didn't expect it to be exactly
Literally.
something Vicky,
yeah.
something.
Well, Janet's not supposed to lie, right? Like she can't lie.
Well, not only that, but she's also magnet drunk.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
I just expected it to be a Vicky thing, so she remembers Vicky when saying it. But it's very funny that it's literally the same thing.
That's...
I wonder what the other 1,200 clues were. Because we picked up on, what, 5 or 6 of them?
Yeah, they picked up a couple.
Kierkegaard, Under the Train, Derek, you know, the party, all that. So we got like 5 or 6. That's a lot of clues that he left that I wonder what they were.
Yeah.
Our primitive minds wouldn't have been able to catch him.
Probably not.
No.
There's also hours that we didn't see.
Sure.
That could have had like little tiny stuff in like the background.
Other
or,
clues while he wandered the party and ripped
Yeah.
cats apart or whatever.
Yeah. Go rip cats apart. Take care of yourself. It's very appropriate that Vicky's her ambition was her downfall.
Yeah.
And you know, he just played. It makes sense that he had this plan to make this neighborhood to manipulate people because he did it so easily even to people of his own level.
Even to demons.
Yeah.
He doesn't even... like, now that he knows, like, oh, like, actions can have consequences and how to manipulate people, like, he can apply those rules to other beings as well, and they still work.
Sure.
Yeah.
And with the demons, like he could trust not to trust Vicky. And like every demon, it feels like, does things out of fear, not out of like loyalty and that kind of stuff, right? Because he's doing this because out of threat, he's going to be retired and, you know, sons and testicles and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like, it seems like that's the thing for all of them. Like, if they aren't doing it, they just torture them because that's just what they know, you know?
Sure.
So there's no real loyalty. There's no real friends. When he broke there, being like, "You guys,"
Yeah, it was so
worried about you.
I love that so much.
It was so human.
Well,
Aw,
he's been so good at being working within a
Restrained.
very limited amount of emotion, and to see him crack out of that so far is really ends up working because I felt myself like, oh my gosh, he does care.
Yeah, moment. I love that.
That was great. I love it.
Like, we only see him laugh a few times. Usually when he's doing something evil.
Yeah, it's that evil cackle. Yeah.
Which Sean's evil cackle was so.
Yeah, so monotone.
I'm laughing like a schoolgirl. What do you say?
I'm
Giddy as a
blissful
school.
like
Yeah.
I'm
Giddy as a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Can't you tell I'm jubilant?
Yeah. No, that actor does such a good job at that kind of role.
Yeah,
where it's
like
just so straight faced and
he plays the straight man just with the right timing so well.
So funny. I was surprised that he came being like, "This is great, everything's going well."
Yeah.
He pulled it off. I was like, "Oh man!" I thought that stack of papers was not like reports claiming things were good, but like he found all the information.
Yeah.
I was so worried at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does this seem like it could have? If this feels like it could have been a season finale. Of like we get through this whole season and it's like the final thing of like even if it was like a two-parter.
Well, this is like a 2017, so this might be like whenever they used to do
Mid-season?
half seasons. Yeah.
That could be.
Maybe.
Yeah, because this would probably be like 2017, early 2018 when this season came out.
I guess it depends on like where we go from here, because like he has to take down this neighborhood and erase its existence. So where do we put the humans? You know?
Yeah.
Or do we build it? Can we build a new place that they don't know about and put them there? We can't put them in the middle place because that's where they're trying to go, so they can't look there.
Yeah, well, and Tahani said at the end, like, oh, we get to finally go to the good place. I imagine we start with like, well, I haven't figured that out yet.
Can Michael? Can he go there? Like he went and stole a Janet from like a.
Can Michael become good?
Well, no, I don't mean that, but maybe, yeah, possibly.
I mean, that's what they've been trying to do.
Yeah, he also wanted to go with them to the good place because like he wouldn't be able to stay in the bad place.
But like the Janet that he stole was like in like a middle warehouse place. It wasn't like in the good place.
Yeah, it was in like the in-between void is where they're stored.
Felt like he doesn't have a way of going to the good place. So does he have a way of contacting them, or I don't know.
I think there was an episode where he said he was working on figuring it out.
Sure.
When he like proposed them with the idea.
But you got to do that without demons knowing too.
Yeah,
You know, like
I don't know
what that means.
He wants to
my guess is he hasn't figured it out yet, and we'll find that out next episode.
Sure,
And we'll
probably.
see like what we do till then. I wonder if he can like keep this neighborhood and just say it was destroyed and hide it in some way.
Or can you hide like making a little one somewhere else?
I was going to say he might try to make a small neighborhood somewhere else because he still has to take this one down for
Sure.
Sean.
And he still has good Janet who can make other. Maybe you can move somewhere and like hide it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Or-
she can make anything. It's just up to
the person that gives
whoever's
her
instructions.
the architect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I don't know what the good places rules are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like would we go into the good place and they have to continually get good or get kicked out?
Yeah.
And it's the opposite of where we're at.
Like I feel like you'd have to go somewhere to get like kind of like how Sean is like making decisions on this neighborhood and stuff too, right? Like he's like their boss. Like I feel like you need to find some kind of good place boss and also like get some kind of conversation or decision with them to be allowed in.
You need to appeal.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, an appeal process. Like, please let us in the good place. Look,
So-
this is what's been happening, and you guys haven't seen all this. But
We need networking. We need to be able to talk to these people and make friendships and get someone to sneak us in.
now, yeah, maybe. But once you're snuck in, how bad is it if you get caught in there? Like, do you want to go to the good place and hide there and like?
Yeah.
But no one's going to report you because that would be a bad thing.
Is it worse
Yeah, maybe.
for you to be a good person in the bad place, or is it worse to be a bad person in the good place?
Sure. Can you destroy a neighborhood of the good place being a bad person there at all? Like, that was seeming to be a way of them torturing them. But, you know, Janet lying was messing up stuff. Does a bad person going there, hiding somewhere in the good place, is that going to mess things up or anything too? So I don't know. Also, what if they can go and get like what if Eleanor gets accepted, but like Chidi doesn't? Or you know what I mean? Like what if Jason gets accepted but Tahani doesn't? Like what if something like that happens and they don't just take all 4 or all 5 if Michael's going to be around too, you know?
Or like, what if they take the 4 humans but don't
not
accept
Michael.
Michael?
I was gonna say,
and they're
yeah,
like,
what
you're
if
a
that-
demon. Like,
what if he
demons
has to
don't
stay
get better.
behind?
Yeah.
And then they have to make a choice and.
Because like he might, if this gets out, he'll be retired. Where do those humans go? Well, he got the humans safe, but is he taking the bad place?
Unless he
brunt?
compromises somehow to create like a new pocket.
New pocket, like in the void or something.
Yeah.
Like this could be a completely, entirely new shift in
What the show
policy for how they sort people, and like, oh, demons can change. Like, well, then we need to judge them based on their points as well, because like they should have an opportunity to go to the good place as well, right? Because otherwise, like,
And then
why is a being capable of change if there's not like
a reason or
a reason to or like a goal, right?
Sure, I get what you mean.
I mean, we could end up at the end of this them being like, hey, maybe our system isn't so good, you know, like because there's parts of the system where I just fundamentally disagree with the way they figure it out and why it is the way it is, and part of our arguments end up being, sure, that's the rule of the show, but I don't think it's right, you know, and I'm sure the writers sat in the show and if they knew what the ending was, they might have not had to argue, but they might have had the same arguments we've had of like, well, that's wrong, but
well, I think
should
that's
we make
why
that part of the point system?
I think that's why the show exists also, is because all morality and ethics are subjective.
Yeah, they're subjective, and
that's why you can always find a hole in someone's reasoning. It's like, well, what if this scenario that completely reverses your reasoning? And so, like, there's no set rule.
Yeah. Sure.
And I think exploring that...
It's like people that argue of the idea of having morals, and it's like, well, you can only have morals because of religion, or something like that. It's like, well, no, that's not necessarily true, but religion can also impart what your morals are. You know, like, you can have that.
They can guide your rules, but they don't necessarily have to only be those rules.
So where did these rules come from? And
otherwise, everyone would be a Janet, right?
Yeah.
Because Janet's pretty much morally perfect, like the way that it's supposed to be for their system, system.
So I'm starting to think that might be where we end up. Is
everyone's
the higher ups of the system being like, man, maybe our system has problems and we need to evaluate. And the story is like taking morals at some kind of like factual thing is gonna always come problems if you take it from religion or whatever you learn. Like there's always gonna be exceptions, and there's always gonna be new rules, and it's different.
I mean, that is ethics to its core, right? Because everyone's countering each other's hypotheses and their structure and how they have everything formed, just like how you don't agree with Kant. A lot of ethics philosophers do not believe in Kant.
Ethicists.
I think he makes good broad ideas, but they fall apart at.
Well, it's if everything was in a vacuum.
Yeah. Like in a vacuum, a lot of his ideas work, but we don't live in a vacuum.
Complete unitarian, ultimate, utilitarian society. Yes, like North Korea. Like they have a certain way that you have to live, and if you don't live that way, then you are not given to live that way.
Maybe the good place to the bad place, like all the neighborhoods should have like a neighborhood spectrum. You know what I mean?
Oh, like if you're within this spectrum, then you can go here.
Sure, like we've seen kind of the middle place, right? With
kind of the way they voted for like, swearing is not allowed in this neighborhood.
Yeah. But maybe in like a little bit lower of a spectrum, you can swear, you know?
Sure, but it's still above the 0 mark.
Here's the bad place, like the real far one, and that's where you send like your Hitlers, you know? But then you go like, you have like stair steps. Like maybe Jason's not been a good guy, but maybe he's like, you know, maybe he's a little less than the medium place or something, or a little more than the medium place, you know, something like that.
Sure.
Like,
or you could end up with a different thing where every single neighborhood ends up being like this, where you put people together to learn how to be better because they didn't have the things they needed to do that. Sure. You put really good people with really bad people, and have the good people have the fulfillment of teaching and making people better, and the bad people learn and become better, and then that way the afterlife is. There is no bad. There is a continually good.
So on a,
hope
just like Earth, but take two.
On a scale,
people should have the opportunity to learn how to do the good things and be a good person.
Earth take two, but there's an all-knowing thing that is helping you put the tools in your tool belt.
It's like when we send people to prison for reform.
Yeah. Except for we don't really do a good job of the reform.
Except we don't really reform. No. We just kind of don't do that.
But like, what if that is the end thing? Is like, maybe let's make the afterlife about making everyone better, not just making it really bad for some people and really good for others.
What about people who don't want to be better? You know, like
Michael
expected Eleanor to always push back and never go that way.
Yeah,
But
and
but I like how she discussed before. I think it was last episode actually. Was about like that little voice inside her head that would like, you know, she was doing the bad thing, but it'd be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. But I think that stems from like, I think she was good, but she got such trauma and got so jaded by all these things that she's like, she retreated to like, I can only trust myself because I can't trust anyone else, you know?
Yeah.
That goes into like the id, ego, and
Yeah, but is there someone worse than Eleanor where like they just, you know, you get like a psychopath who's like,
yeah, where
you
they
know,
don't have a conscience and everything is about them.
But in the idea of the good place, like maybe you can, you know,
But-
like I don't know.
But your own
Where does
point.
Ted Bundy go?
Yeah.
You know,
Your own point kind of answers itself though. Is like Michael thought she couldn't get better, but because how he placed her with somebody, she was capable of doing it. Maybe there is the option of, in the infinite out there is an answer for everyone to do that with.
Maybe.
And,
I think
there might be some people that are bad enough.
Yeah,
that
I think
we
it's
keep
easy
them-
to talk about this now with the ones we have because I feel like all these people are just kind of like in the middle. Like they aren't like bad people.
They have good
you know?
cores that
They're not
have
Trevors.
that grew up with bad defense mechanisms to survive, and they continued them and didn't have tools.
Yeah.
There are bad, like the Ted Bundys, like you said. The
Yeah.
people
The
who are true
outliers,
psychopaths
extremes.
that are truly gain joy from hurting people. They probably still some kind of bad place, but
they
in a
get the
limited
pineapple.
scope. Yes, like as it is now, the bad place probably takes up like 99.999% of the population of Earth. Whereas we probably, if it ends up the way I'm hoping and thinking, it shrinks to a very small number of like the truly like helpless that can't get better, and then the most of it is the let's get better place.
I don't want to call them helpless because that sounds like like just the truly bad.
Yeah, they can't become
Hopeless.
better.
The hopeless. That's a good one. I like
Yeah,
that.
hopeless is better.
Yeah, I like that.
But
Okay.
just the fact that there's nothing that we can do to make them better. They just are.
Yeah.
Truly, because there are people that I think.
Yeah, given the
probably
choice,
are
they will
truly
always
evil.
choose the bad, self-serving option rather
Sure.
than, even with the evidence.
But
and,
then you have the polar opposite of like the psychiatrists that are like, I just want to get into that mind and help them, like the Harley Quinns of the world, you know?
Sure, but,
Yeah, but then, like,
that's what happened to Harley Quinn.
But then she's like a
That dirty water
chaotic
thing, remember?
neutral. She's a chaotic neutral. Like,
Well, that's why I think the get better place should be replace the percentage of the bad place, which is like it should be the vast majority, and try and let everyone get better.
How
and
about
have a
you turn the
tiny-
middle place, right, into that place, and then as they sort into how they really want to be, they go one way or the other.
like they eventually get to like
Yeah.
okay,
This is purgatory, kind of.
you've
Yeah.
improved enough.
That's where
You
it
get to
should
move.
be,
Yeah.
right?
Like
Yeah.
the default should be you go to the middle place where you have the opportunity to be placed with somebody to learn and get better. Once you get to the point that you have improved enough, you get to end up in the good place. And then if you truly are beyond help, if you truly are just evil to the core, you're in the bad place.
Like I still think about there was this I don't even know what it's called, but it was like an old Wild West kind of movie. Not old, it was in the 90s or so, but like a lot of like the bad Wild West like criminals got sent to like a purgatory kind of place. And there's like that idea of like, well, some of them were doing this because like they needed money, they didn't feel like they have any other options, and they did this. So like they put them in this place, and they have to live there and prove that they can change and be good, or else they will get sent to hell. You know, like maybe you do that kind of thing, and that way there still can be that bit. Because I think humans also like the justice idea, right? Where it's like this person wronged people, there should be a punishment, there should be the consequences for that.
Yeah,
right?
we have. I should say, most humans have an inherent sense of justice.
Yeah.
Right.
If
well,
someone
the
hits,
Bible teaches it too. You'll
If
get judged
someone-
at the gate.
and I think it comes from like going to school and like your parents, all that kind of stuff. Where it's like if you've been wronged, like there should be a punishment or whatever
Sure.
it is. But that goes with morals. It goes with what you believe, and not everyone has that.
Sure, but you do have a sense of right and wrong apart from morals.
Yeah,
right?
sure. I mean, I
Like-
think so. I don't really have a religion, but I have killed as many people as I want to kill right now. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I won't see what that number is. No.
There is a non-zero number.
Oh no.
But
Didn't say it was one.
I have robbed as many banks as I've wanted to rob. I have, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
That's true. He'd be at a -4 at least, right? Bringing 4 peoples into the world.
Yeah.
Sure. But there's also an aspect of like, when things are tough on people and times are really hard, they go further than what they normally would if times weren't hard,
Sure.
Yeah, and like,
I might never steal, but if my family was starving and they didn't have any food, I might be out there trying to steal some food for them if I can't get it otherwise,
Yeah. I was gonna say you have killed as many people as you have had to as well.
Yeah.
Right, because like sometimes there's not always a choice in that.
Yeah, like sometimes you're getting in a situation where you're getting attacked or in some kind of like. There's no like a school shooting happens and you're there, like, and you're forced to choose between the lives of your kids or this guy.
Sure. What kind of decisions do you make?
Like,
those,
yeah, you at that point you'd make any choice to save your kids. Like they're innocent people and you can't do anything else. Like you're stuck.
Yeah.
So like, this whole argument goes to the utilitarian happiness level that we've been addressing throughout the whole series, right? What can I do? What actions can I make that will cause the most happiness? Like, it just all goes back to that core.
But is the happiness for all or for me?
If it's just for you, that's just one person. So you want to create the most happiness that you can.
Okay, happiness in the world kind of thing is the idea.
Net gain.
A net gain of happiness in general, not a net gain of happiness for me. Because like I can take Calvin's stuff and I'm happier.
But what if entirely and only self-serving things are performed by someone, and for the purpose of this argument, no negative comes from it? That is still technically a net gain. It's just not necessarily for everyone's benefit, just for mine.
So really you can track every little bit of happiness that you create as self-serving, right? Like, I give to the poor.
Sure.
But that's
If the
because
goal
it
is
makes
to
me
have
feel
the
good.
most credit towards goodwill.
Tahani's the best example of that. Like, she raised a lot of money for charity, but she did it because she wanted to be better than her sister, right? Like, that was...
If it was just primarily for her to feel good about herself, then that would have been great. But it's the fact that she had to compare herself to her sister.
Her sister trying to get her...
Ultimately
She had to
caused
compete,
her own
yeah.
self-destruction, right?
Yeah.
So.
And led to her death.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if her sister's in the good place or the bad place. I hope she's in... The way she treated Tahani, I don't think she deserves to be in the good place.
I don't think her parents deserve it either.
No. Because, like,
if they're dead.
I hope they're on the stretching.
Like,
I mean,
Tahani died early in her life. I'm assuming that her parents and sister are still
she died
on
early
Earth.
in her life, but we've been through 802 attempts, with some of them lasting weeks.
Sure.
And plus,
sure.
what's one day here versus one day
But it's
over
also outside of time.
Yeah, I don't know what
That's
the
true.
ratio of trying to, like, measure that. Versus,
Like,
what's eternity to the
maybe,
world kind of thing.
maybe the Earth has already happened.
Yeah, maybe Earth's gone. Everyone's
Like-
already dead now.
Yeah.
And we're still just rehashing this
Because eventually
to figure out
this
what
would
happens.
be that is what happens. We just have no way of...
Yeah. But
Measuring
also, like,
that.
it has been 3 years on Earth, and it's been 800 attempts. I don't know.
See, that would be the crazy thing. What if next season, like, all of their parents and friends are in the next place that they are also at?
Oh, like they found them in the new good
In
place
the
or
new
bad
good place or
whatever.
medium place or whatever, yeah.
No, I was just going to relate it to science because I'm like, there's a star trillions of light years away that blew up, but we still see it as a star.
Yeah, we won't see it until the speed of light hits the Earth.
Exactly. So billions of
long
years
ago.
from now.
Yeah, star just goes out.
Yeah.
That'd be so weird to be looking at a star and it just goes...
Well, it's already gone. That's the weirdest thing. We still see it, but it's already gone.
Yeah.
So what if this is like that?
The thing is watching it happen, and then that realization hits you, and you go, "Wow, I just watched something happen before dinosaurs lived."
Yeah.
Also, the crazy thing is, you can be sitting in a chair looking at a star, and I can be running past you and looking at the same star, and we can be observing light from that star that happens years apart.
Yeah.
Because of relativity. And the speed of observance alters the time in which it was observed and where it hits you. Yeah.
Physics is weird, man.
It's crazy.
Any more notes? Guys, thank you so much for watching The Good Place with us. We will be back next week with another episode. But don't forget, you can get early access and 2 episodes a week over at blindwave.com if you go beyond. So if you head over to blindwave.com, you can also find full length. You can also update your recommendations and more, including 2 episodes a week at blindwave.com. Bye.